Hello everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing Jarhead for my 3-part Memorial Day war film review event. Let's jump right in the movie what it's about. Alright, Jarhead is a movie that rises above the war and focuses on an individual soldier tale. And with that comes with a subjective observation about Thorford's own experience during that war. The movie starring Jake Gyllenhaal as Anthony Swafford and also Jamie Foxx as Staff Sergeant Sykes. The runtime of the movie is 2 hours and 5 minutes. And right now, let's talk about the thoughts about the film. My thoughts about the film, to be exact. The directing. The movie was directed by Sam Mendes. He does an excellent job showing the grounded reality of war and can take an emotional toll on a person. Also, the more they spend time without seeing their family or their loved ones, Sam Mendes focuses on the human being relationship dealing with the crappy experience of war. So the movie is basically dealing with a bunch of crappy situations, and the whole movie is basically about these characters and what they are thinking and what they're experiencing, and the reality that they're dealing with is kind of boring and not what they expected, but the story is very humane, like it's very grounded, like I said. And also during the situation, they couldn't sleep, uncomfortable, they're stressed. They have no communication with their loved ones. They mostly receive letters, but they're not allowed to communicate like we used to, like video chat or phone calls. So in reality, that must been a very agonizing and irritating experience for these men and women during that time of war. Again, I think this movie is based on the war during the 1990s. I think that was during the petroleum. I can't remember the history, but it's basically based on that event. So it is, before the cell phones and everything, like smartphones started existing. So this is a pretty still a modern war, but it's from it's from the 90s era. So the war during that time was a bit different. So, and also my personal experience, my father was an active duty in the Air National Guard, and he basically had the same thing. He had no communication, and we basically sent mails or emails, and then later on they give them access to computers so they could video chat with us like at least once a month. If I remember correctly, it's been a really long time. But yeah, I'm just saying, just to add more context, what I saw in the movie is pretty realistic, and I got to experience certain aspects of that war aspect and the long distancing with family members or friends. So it's not like the most fun thing you can do, especially if you love a relative and they're on active duty. You're basically worried if they're gonna live or not, and knowing that you cannot communicate with them, knowing how they are, is a very uneased situation and dilemma that we have to deal with. So I'm gonna continue with the movie thoughts. The movie is pretty straightforward. It has some action sequence, but the movie does not have intense gunfight as you see in other films. This is more of a war drama film than a war drama action flick. It's grounded. You feel for the characters. Overall, it's a very impactful film that will show you the hard life can be, just how to find your way through life. Even you're at war with yourself or dealing with a real warfare event or experience. So basically, this movie is basically about these men dealing with the situation during the war, and they're just sent out there just to be in a comfortable situation in the sun no air conditioning. They have to eat MRE, so basically their meals is not as good. They're not allowed to drink, so they're just dealing with a crappy situation. And I appreciate how these men have their own, their own wishes, or they want to do something else, or they're still finding their way. Again, this movie is really good. I highly recommend it. Checking it out. If you haven't, if you did, you could comment below what you thought about the movie. This review is pretty short because it took me a really long time to prepare this review because I had to do some personal things. I apologize. And yeah, basically, this is my light review about Jarhead. And yeah, so basically, it's a really good film. And that's pretty much what I'm gonna say. If you guys want to check it out, check it out. You don't, well, okay. So yeah, again, I'm gonna do the same thing as all YouTubers, whatever, do. Give a like, subscribe, but and also comment. If you don't care, fine by me. Have a good life, do whatever you want. Go watch some other channels or videos or whatever. Thank you for watching. See you next time.